welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, this video is really important to me. I'm gonna be talking about something that I get very emotional about, so bear with me. This video, I wanted to do it for my sister's birthday, which is July 1st, and I wanted to do something just to remember her. It's so hard to every time there's a month after she died, that was hard. The first New Year's, and then her first birthday, and then the first anniversary of her death. Every time one of those pops up, I go to write something on Instagram, and it always just feels so flat and just insincere, and I don't know how to express who she was on text. Articulate it way better on this video. So this video is really about remembering Kristin Sacha. And she was just this beautiful, bubbly personality. My sister was my best friend. And she was, I couldn't say she was everybody's best friend. You couldn't help but just laugh around her, because she would just be so silly and absurd that you couldn't help it. And my sister, I think the hardest thing without her for me is, and I know other people have said this too, is she was my best friend. We were close enough in age, we went through times where we didn't speak, but she was that person that no matter, I could call her at 4 a.m. and she would answer. And it did not matter what time of the day, anything. And she would, even if I had to sit there and cry it out for an hour over something that I've talked to her about 30 times, she would listen to me. And she was really my rock when I went through my transition into just being sober, because I really struggled with it, especially because I just felt ashamed, and I felt lost. And even though I had the people in AA, I just didn't feel connected to them. They were helpful in giving me support, but Kristin she went above and beyond. Anytime I just felt like I just couldn't do it anymore, she just would push me. And I think when she passed, there was a couple of things that was really hard. It was, I've kind of mentioned before that she was a user, or she had been a user. So unfortunately, it's every assumption. So it was when she passed away, everyone assumed it was, drugs killed her. And that wasn't it. At least I don't like to say directly. She had a UTI, and she didn't get treated, and she ended up getting a kidney infection, and that's ultimately what led to killing her. But it was hard. It was hard when there were people, and I get it. It's morbid curiosity. I've been on the other side of it too, where you see someone who, especially when someone young dies, people want to know what happened. Oh my god, this person was only 26, 27. I ended up making a post about it because I was getting so many messages. People were oh, how'd she die? Did she die from drugs? And it's I get it. I get what I was the one who got the phone call that she was in the hospital. And it was my first assumption that I was literally so mad. I was oh my god, how she used my parents again? And then I felt such guilt when I got to the hospital, and there was no sign of drugs, nothing. And it was really just a medical thing. She hadn't been using. And it was just I felt like a jerk. And I know my sister wouldn't be mad at me for that. And I did her eulogy at the funeral, and I struggled so hard to figure out what to write and what to say, because there's just so many things to say about my sister. And one of the biggest things that when the post I put up about her passing on her page, on my page, my family's page, there were so many people who messaged, oh my god, this girl saved my life. My sister worked in, a sober outreach program after she graduated from the her sober living community. And she worked with getting people like set up after they leave, you know, rehab homes, and with, you know, AA groups or NA groups after they left rehab. And there were just countless people that were a part of that group that reached out and said, she saved my life. And that, like, that's kind of part of why I wanted to do these videos and get on here and talk, because I wanted to carry on like the legacy that she built. I wanted to keep saving lives, even if my video helps one person to like either get to AA or continue doing the steps, you know, because we've all been there where we felt like we can't go on anymore. And I wanted to be like my little sister. And you know, keep doing what she was doing. And it's just, I know it's so easy to sit there and look at people who use and say that they're, you know, this oasis space, or, you know, they weren't worthy. But like, I look at my sister and she was such a beautiful person. Yeah, was she kind of unbearable to be around when she used? But like, it was just the poison that was in her. When she got clean, she was such a beautiful person inside and out. And you know, she fought to the very end to stay clean, and I'm so proud of her for that. You know, I'm so proud of her getting herself like back together to, you know, be better for her kids. And I remember just being so angry when she was gone, and I would hear people a lot say like, you know, I saw her, or she came to me in my dreams, and like, you know, family, friends, and I get so mad at them because I dream about her, but I don't ever see her. And I think I don't, because I don't have any, I knew my sister loved me. I know she knows that I loved her. There was no unsettled or hurt feelings, because I knew she was my best friend. You know, there was nothing to settle after that. And you know, I found out I was pregnant like maybe 2 weeks after my sister died. And I remember keeping like joking, like this is her, you know, or not even joking, but I kept thinking like, you know, this is her gift to my family, like her gift, God's gift, whatever, to like, you know, she knew that our family was going to need something to help us heal. You know, I miss her every day. I just don't even have enough words or to say how much of an amazing person she was, that she saved lives. She's helped save my life. And, you know, the world's a little bit sadder without her in it, but I know she's up there with, you know, her friend Shannon and my grandparents and my Uncle Frankie. You know, tomorrow's her birthday and it's gonna be hard, but I just wanted to do something in memory of my sister. And, you know, if she's up there watching this, I hope you know that we all love you and miss you so much, Kristin. All right, well, thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna do a little slideshow after this of just some of my favorite memories of my sister that I've gotten over the years. Thank you. Have a good night, guys. This is my favorite. This whole time.